Procure to Pay the PN3 Way with a solid return on investment. Transform AP from a cost center into a powerful driver of financial efficiency. Turn a modest subscription into a multiplied payback. Seamless integrations with Microsoft Dynamics GP, SL, and Dynamics 365 Business Central, as well as Finance and Operations. Oracle NetSuite, Sage Intacct, and Acumatica. Vendor enrollment the PN3 Way. Ensure W-9 compliance and security with streamlined vendor engagement, data collection, automated workflows, and storage. Vendors are submitting their enrollment data, vendor information, remit to address, if applicable, company contacts, optional, and banking information. Additionally, vendors are attaching their W-9 form. Next, vendors are submitting their enrollment requests. After receiving the vendor's enrollment request, the members of your accounting and finance team with the responsibility to review vendor enrollment requests will see the vendor's form, company information. If the user would like to determine the federal ID name associated with a tax ID, there's retrieve functionality that's optional. Review the remit to address, company contacts, banking information, attached W-9, and after the workflow that you've defined has been completed, a user can select Approve and Export to ERP to create the vendor in your ERP or update an existing vendor. Spend controls, the PN3 Way. Spend visibility, budget compliance, and automated workflows. A purchase requisition has been completed. Budget is checked to confirm that budget dollars are available within the plan. Supporting documents are attached, and the requisition is routed for approval using one of the available methods for routing a requisition. The purchase requisition is being reviewed by the approving manager. The approving manager elects to review the budget also. After review, the approving manager, also after taking a look at the attached documents, decides to approve this purchase requisition. In this particular example, the requisition only required the approval of a single manager based upon this manager's approval limit. The requisition has returned to the requisitioner or the user responsible for generating your purchase orders, and the purchase order is created. AP automation that unlocks cost savings. Automated capture, PO and non-PO invoices, and automated workflows. And their invoice has been sent via email and automatically ingested into PN3. We're doing a three-way match of the vendor invoice against the purchase order, confirming the pricing and the received quantities and uninvoiced quantities, and uploading this invoice. After uploading the invoice, The invoice is available in the user's task list. It attaches, obviously, the invoice document, the brochures that were attached to the PO, as well as the PO. A non-PO invoice is emailed by your vendor to your AP email account. It's automatically ingested into PN3. The AP user has linked the default coding to the invoice and is submitting the invoice for approval. The approving manager is reviewing the invoice, as well as the coding, and after review, elects to approve the invoice. The invoice is fully approved and has returned to your AP user, Pamela Hood. Based upon the workflow rules, it only required the approval of Susan Hines. Your rules may require multiple approvers, maybe based upon dollar amount or the departments that it's coded to. Various rules can be applied. Because it's now fully approved, AP approves the invoice, and PN3 will automatically send the invoice to your ERP. Streamline staff credit card reconciliation. Ingest card transactions automatically on a daily basis with date, merchant, and amount. Easily code and attach receipts with automated workflows. Cardholders' credit card charges are automatically ingested into PN3 each day. Date of the charge, merchant, and the amount. And cardholders may use PN3 to code and attach backup. In this instance, I'm editing my form. I'm providing a cardholder description for this Amazon charge. This particular cardholder has decided that they'd like to default in how they coded the last time they had a charge for Amazon. They're able to edit if necessary. They can also attach supporting documents. I'm hitting add, and I can then attach the receipt. These receipts are automatically presented to the cardholder as they email the receipts to the PN3 eReceipts email account. We present the receipts to the users when they are reconciling their credit card charges. Streamline staff expense reimbursements, out-of-pocket expenses, as well as mileage. Easily code and attach receipts with automated workflows. Staff will have the ability to enter expense reports, out-of-pocket expenses, as well as mileage. PN3 will be able to calculate the miles from point A to point B. And for out-of-pocket expenses, staff can attach supporting documents by simply selecting Add. The documents available will be the receipts that the cardholder has emailed to the PN3 eReceipts email account, or they can browse to the receipt. And if they're on their mobile phone, they can use the camera on their phone to take a picture of the receipt. Payment requests. A seamless way for staff to request payments to vendors when there is no invoice. Require supporting documents as backup, code, and automated workflows. If an instance arises when a staff person needs to process a payment to a vendor and they do not have an invoice, the PN3 payment request form can be used. I can fill out the form, attach supporting documents. These documents can be made a required field or a required addition. In the case of payment requests, I can add additional lines, and then I can upload and submit this payment request for approval. Streamline vendor payment processing. Payments via ACH, virtual card, and check. Use your banking relationship or one of our banking relationships. Outsource checks for the vendors that still require checks and automated workflows. Enable and configure automated vendor engagement in PN3 to reduce your costs, requesting 210 net 30 terms, or also requesting the ability to pay a vendor invoice via virtual card. Payment processing in your ERP is always an option. But if you'd like to completely outsource payment processing or outsource the payment processing of virtual card payments, approving the release of payments in PN3 is an option as well. You can see the vendor invoice. If you'd like to see the actual document, you can drill back to see the actual transaction, the invoice, who approved it and when, and then you also have the ability in PN3 to approve the release of the payment via an API to your financial institution, your bank, or one of our payment processing partners. A payment file is created and the vendor gets paid via ACH, via virtual card, via check, and if the financial institution supports it, via wire. Let's schedule a live PN3 demonstration. This will give us the opportunity to learn more about your requirements and structure the demonstration to cover the features and functionality that would provide the most value. Thank you.